Right, welcome back to another episode of Ear Candy with Danny and Crookie. And like before, Crookie is in the building, but he's not going to be on camera. But today we have got the Fun Day in the building. So fuck. That's another band. We've got the Sunday in the building. So just want to introduce yourselves and what you do in the band.
How's it going? I'm Richie. I'm the lead singer and the rhythm guitarist for the Sunday.
I'm Aiden. I'm the bassist in Sunday.
I'm Luke, and I sing sometimes, and I play lead guitar for the Sunday.
And sadly, we couldn't be joined by our drummer Craig today. He couldn't make it.
Yeah, I was going to say there's 4 members in the band, but only 3 of them could make it, and plus because of the space as well. But shout out to him. Hopefully he watches this.
Much love.
Casual pterodactyl.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, that's his Instagram. I should.
If you not plug whatever you want, that's what he's here for.
Big up Casual Pterodactyl, man.
Yeah.
Right, so of course, obviously, need to go back to the beginning of any band we get in. So how did you guys get together?
Oh man, it goes way back.
Yeah, you two can talk about the origin.
Yeah,
you take it away.
Oh man, I think it was like it must have been like S3 or S4, so I was like 15, something like that. And it's like I always was like, I want to start a band. I watched Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, and ever since I watched that film, I was like, I want to be in a band. And it started off, there was like 3 of us. It was like me, my mate Ralph, and we had some other dude in the band as well, but he was a piece of shit.
Terrible person.
Cunt. So, but after that, I was pestering this guy over here for so long. I was like,
Yeah,
we need someone else in the band.
because I didn't want to join because he was such a prick.
Yeah, this guy was like an absolute arsehole. So I was like, if he's out the band, then you can join the band. He left. Then I got Luke in, and then basically there was 3 of us. For ages, it was just the 3 of us. Like it was me, Ralph, and Luke. Ralph's our old drummer.
Right.
He left like way back because he went on to do like uni down in Edinburgh.
Yeah, he's killing it, man. He's killing it.
Still a really good friend, you know. But started with us 3, and then it was like, so my uncle used to be in a band as well. I'll plug it as well. He used to be in like a cover band called Easily Led, and basically, because he'd been doing band stuff for so long, he just had a bunch of spare equipment. So we're like,
he had a whole PA system from a gay bar, didn't he?
yeah.
And that was how we got our start.
The start was like, I bought equipment off him. He gave me a shit ton of equipment for like 200 quid. All these old like big PV speakers that were like, I think we got them for it was like 200 quid or something like that. Big PV speakers, got a mixing desk and everything, and basically just set it up in my garage.
Is the PA the one that caught fire?
Yeah.
Later
on down the line, we were doing something for my sister's birthday, and we're practicing.
It caught fire,
this
dude.
fucking PA just sets on fire.
I love it because Craig was just sitting like, guys, is that good? Like it's smoking up.
But like, so it started with that. It started with just us 3. It was literally just us 2 playing guitar and drums. We didn't even have a bassist. And then we got one of our mates, Benji, to join the band, and he became our bassist. And this is like super early days. We're all still in school. This is like, basically, I always think about this like period of time being like developing the mentality of being like, okay, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And like, that really spawned when we did like our first proper gig, which was we rented out a town hall, which was like at the top of my street. Rented it out, it was like 30 quid or something like that. Went around school and sold our own tickets.
Yeah, it was awesome,
everyone,
man.
Like, got wristbands and everything. It was so sick, just like writing down everyone's names. I mean, the gig itself was probably shite, to be honest. But
yeah,
it was
looking
like,
back, yeah.
you know, it was
I mean,
more
you were
just,
like 15, 16.
yeah,
You know?
exactly. But it's like, it was more just the fact that we actually did it. You know what I mean? It's like, if anything, we took the initiative to be like, right, we're gonna organize this gig, get all these people here that like, you know, we sometimes talk to barely, and like as soon as like 15 people bought tickets to that, oh, they're going to that, oh, we'll go, and it'll just be a massive piss up, but like, you know, it was fun. It was good.
Yeah,
Set it all up, took all the gear from the garage and stuff, put that up there, you know, and
because we didn't even like know what like a support act was, like, so
Yeah,
we
we
just
like,
played for like 3 hours.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
It was mad.
And I remember it was like, it kind of just devolved, and like a bunch of people just turned up with cars and that, and they were just hanging out outside. I remember like saying to the mic, it's like, hey, can you please?
So where's this happening? Is this happening in a garage?
No, Line of Skeen Town Hall. Basically, I don't live there anymore, but like my home street, basically.
About half hour outside of Aberdeen, like way out in the country and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
because technically, even though we're an Aberdeen band, we're all mostly from Aberdeenshire. So
Right.
we're all
Yeah.
country loons.
It's just most
You
of
know?
us are just based in Aberdeen now. You know?
Yeah.
But it's like set this up in this town hall, and then just everyone basically rocked up. It was like middle of nowhere, so it's like No one got on at us for like loud.
Yeah,
too loud
noisiness or anything. Yeah.
It was so sick.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably had all your neighbors come down and watch you as well.
Yeah, I actually think they were.
Because I remember
there
you
was,
being really close with your neighbors.
there was one time as well. So like after all this happened, like Ralph and Benji eventually went on to uni and stuff and just had their own lives. But me and Luke were like, no, we still want to be in this band.
We got nothing else going on, bro.
Yeah, literally. But we went to college for music, and we met Craig there, our drummer.
Yeah.
Basically, just been palling and stuff, like being in the same classes and stuff. And then it was around the same time as well. Like we've always been mates with Aiden. We've basically all three of us went to school together.
Yeah, we
So
were
it's
kind of
we
like
all-
just mutual friends in
Yeah.
school. I remember I was the most friends with Luke. In S4, we had a lot of classes together.
Yeah.
In S5, we kind of drifted apart a bit because fucking...
Just different friend groups and
Yeah,
stuff.
different
Yeah.
friend groups.
We didn't
again,
we didn't have
different
classes
as well.
together. Yeah.
But then it was like throughout the whole like COVID and stuff, when all that shit kicked off, all of us, we had like a group of friends we would just hang out all
Yeah.
the time essentially.
Like,
Just outside, just kick about.
In Afford, there's a skate park, and that was like the spot to hang out. And there was
Yeah.
a smoke spot in the forest as well. We don't need to talk about that. just
Yeah,
yet.
no, that's basically all we did though.
Yeah,
And then
all of us.
essentially from that, got Aiden round and got Craig round for a jam. It was literally like the first time. It was like you'd had one more practice with us than Craig.
Than
when
Craig, yeah.
showed up, jammed in the garage, and it all sort of just
'Cause
clicked from there.
I remember
We were like, yeah.
originally you asked Devlin as well if he wanted to be the bassist. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, no, I forgot about that. We don't talk to him anymore. But
No,
like,
yeah, he's doing his own thing.
But yeah, no, we got that like jam together, and then it all sort of like kind of clicked and went from there. And that's like the four piece from then. That was like, oh, what? I think we released our first song in 2021. That was with Benji and Ralph, and then it was like,
God, yeah.
near the end of 2021 because we had our first gig as a band at Cafe Drummond's, which was like November 2021, I think. If my memory
Probably.
is serving me correctly, I think something like
Yeah,
that.
November.
But like that, it was basically that formed the band, you know.
Yeah,
like,
it's
just
like-
this
Yeah.
whole process of just like chipping away through stuff, and we'd been doing stuff like playing shows and stuff with like when it was just me, Ralph, and Luke, you know. So it's like we'd been gigging experience and
Yeah.
stuff like shite gigs. But
We've done like
all experience and
birthday
stuff.
parties,
We
like
played at a Chippy once.
yeah,
We
chippies.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Actually. It was fucking sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
We did like a Afford fucking transport museum thing, which is pretty cool. That was our first ever green room. at
Oh
school.
yeah.
It was just
dude.
like three of us. No, it was cool though. But like definitely once we got like all the four confirmed members, things were a lot like better and more
Smoother,
professional and stuff,
yeah.
you know?
Way more
But
professional.
that's the thing. Like usually you find with like bands, like probably some of your favorite bands, they would have started the exact same way as you guys.
Yeah.
So they would have probably played chippies and birthday parties and all that.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly,
It's
yeah.
experience at the end of the day. That's
Exactly.
what it is.
That's what it's about. And it's
Because
like it's fun. You
I
know?
remember even just like, because it's like going off what you're saying, it's like you're usually pretty shit to start with, and like
Yeah.
we definitely were.
Oh,
Like
dude, we're awful.
100%.
Yeah.
Speaking of that birthday party, the girl whose like birthday it was, she was like 10 or 11 or something like that. Her dad gave us like, because he was kind of like, okay, do these songs, and the kind of rest of them you can just like fill in the gaps and stuff like that, with some covers and originals and stuff like that. And she walks in and she hears us covering this song. Should I stay or
yeah.
should I stay or should I go? By the
Clash.
Clash.
yeah, by the
Clash.
Clash. And she walks in, opens the door,
180.
takes one look at us, just 180, walks out the fucking door, and didn't come back for the
Happy
whole
birthday.
night.
Yeah,
She's
literally.
probably thinking like, "Fucking dad, you fucking
Hey
booked
man, you
this
guys
shit, man."
showed up and you guys still played at the
True.
moment. That's all that
It's
matters.
all the experience.
Got paid,
like, yeah, exactly.
We've
Got
done a
paid,
lot
so-
of like weird gigs.
Yeah,
Well,
man, we're-
we say weird, but they're still fun to play. Like we played
Never opposed.
Kratha's Castle one time.
Oh yeah, we were doing. It was like a girl.
yeah, it
guide.
was
Yeah.
like it was an event
Invited,
for
yeah.
Girl Guides. Yeah,
Like
and-
basically Girl Scouts.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
and
Yeah,
we just,
just-
we played our heavy indie alternative sleazy fucking
Whatever you
music
wanna
to
call it.
them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But no, it was went well. And like, actually, the other day when I was at work, like, I got recognized for being in the band, and they were like, oh, I was like, oh, how'd you find out? Because they came up, they were like, oh, cool. Are you in the Sunday? I'm like, yeah. They were like, can we get a photo? And I was like, yeah, sure. This is literally whilst I'm wearing my work apron as a barista just behind the desk making coffees. And I was like, oh, how'd you find out about it? So like, oh, we were at that Girl Guides gig. you played. I was like, oh, sweet, okay, nice.
Connections is a connection, dude.
Yeah, man,
exactly.
followers,
So
followers.
So
sick.
worth it, man.
But yeah, no, that's kind of really the origin story, more or less. I always attribute, like, as much as Benji's not in the band anymore, but
The
much love
mindset.
to that man. Yeah, the mindset behind the band, because he was fucking mad for it. He loved, like, the party, you know. He loved just being on
Yeah.
it, you know.
I think
Every
I
band-
think it was more the
Yeah.
party loved him.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Like,
Every
but it's-
band in the infancy is just party. It's like
Yeah.
mates together
Yeah,
traveling.
exactly.
Venues, countries, fucking cities, just having a good time. That's
Exactly,
what it's all
man.
about.
And I always like attribute him to being like that, kind of developed the mentality of being like, I want to do music for the rest of my life, because he was obsessed with Oasis at the time. And to be honest, he introduced, well, me at least, to like a lot more like the broader spectrum of Oasis work, more than
especially
just
like
Wonderwall and that, you
just
know?
like
Yeah.
Actually listen
just
to
like
the first
British
two albums.
music in general, because
Yeah.
he loves like Belle and Sebastian and that and
Yeah.
shit like that. And like I know he turned me on to a whole bunch of stuff like that. And it's like you're
Uh-huh.
saying, like he lives on every
Yeah.
day.
Yeah,
Like
no,
he still comes to gigs and that. Like he's
Yeah.
he's a lovely guy. I love that
No,
man.
yeah, but he definitely spawned the mentality of the band, and also that my uncle's fucking gay club speakers that he got from somehow definitely started the band. If it wasn't for that, you know.
Because that was really helpful actually, like because especially like playing like birthday parties and stuff like that, and like these tiny little chippers, they don't have like PAs and
They
stuff
just
like
rock
that.
on their own
Yeah, and that it looks really good as much like 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds if we
Yeah.
have all our own stuff. And it was literally like our old music teacher who was like just a fucking dickhead.
Mr. True.
Oh, bro, don't even get me
Name
started.
dropping him,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Guys, who cares? Who cares? But like
I hope he hears this.
we even well, not to be fair, I was literally saying about how he was like how he helped us out.
He did help us out. Much love to him for that, but it's also like he was just a dick, man.
Yeah, he just was,
He
bro.
would just straight up
You know,
tell
he-
you that you were gonna fail.
Yeah, he's like,
That's
you
bullshit.
are
Yeah,
not going to
that's
accomplish
bullshit.
anything in life. you know?
I remember there was one time, and to be fair, I barely practiced for it, but I went in for this like bass exam one time, and I got like a couple bars in, and he pauses it, and he's like, "That is the worst performance I have ever seen in my life." And I'm like, "Dude, I'm like 15, bro."
Just
I was gonna
ripping
say,
on
bro,
you.
you're just like 15,
Yeah,
16-year-old.
beefing with a 15-year-old. Like,
Yeah, he's literally just like, nah, this ain't
But-
going anywhere.
He gave us free equipment.
he
so I
did, yeah.
can't
We
complain,
got
you
some
know?
lights, and that was like
It's like lights and a bass amplifier or something like that. He was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, it's just sitting around." And so we don't use this anymore. He's like, I was like,
'Cause
"Oh,
he-
well,
yeah,
light off." He was like,
he'd
"No,
gotten
let's
off
have
with
it."
someone, yeah.
Sweet. All right. You know,
I think he was a
Yeah.
nice guy. I just think as a teacher, he expected a lot more from people.
I can't lie. I feel like he just hated his job, to be honest.
Yeah,
I
dude.
feel like he definitely just wanted to do
I'm
something.
not gonna lie,
in music
having-
other than
Miserable,
teaching,
yeah.
you know?
People in a music class that don't want to do music is the worst idea.
Oh,
I think the worst thing was I remember my music teacher in school. She had me doing keyboard, and as much as I enjoy playing keyboard now, at the time that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted
Yeah.
to play bass,
Uh-huh.
and it's like, why wouldn't they encourage you to play an instrument that you're
Exactly.
actually, a
in
bit
S1,
more
you
passionate
just want
about,
to.
exactly.
rather
man.
than forcing you to do some shit that you don't want to do?
Yeah.
Like you're set up to failure, aren't you?
It's like-
yeah,
if you're not
exactly.
interested in
Exactly.
it.
There's a saying I love where it's like if your kid like gets a D in maths and an A in art, get them an art tutor, not a math tutor. Like
Yeah,
support
exactly.
like what they're good with.
Yeah.
And like I remember I had the same thing. I couldn't do bass and ukulele for my stuff because it was too similar. And it like
Oh,
because
yeah.
they both have 4 strings.
Yeah, oh man, I've always been clutch with just being able to do
You see,
guitar and singing.
that's bullshit because I remember a lassie in my high school. She was originally Italian, but they actually let her take the Italian language class, and she was obviously going to pass it. That's why she
Yeah.
took it. Like that's bullshit. That's bullshit. Isn't it?
Play the system, I guess.
Yeah,
you know?
I respect
You know?
the hustle, man. I respect it.
It was a guaranteed pass.
Yeah,
I guess if you're Italian and you want to teach Italian,
yeah, but then
that makes
I
sense,
suppose
but
then you got to get your qualification.
if you're
for it,
just
you know what
doing
I
it
mean?
because you need to have that qualification in school,
yeah, I
then,
suppose.
like,
I suppose. But
That's
still,
bullshit,
that's
yeah.
that's like finessing the system.
Yeah,
Yeah.
extra points,
Yeah.
man.
You know?
Just crash advanced higher.
Yeah.
You'll be sweet.
I can do no languages, man. I'm
I
shit
I
at
was
that
really
stuff.
good at Spanish when I did Spanish in school. I was told to keep doing like higher Spanish, but I didn't because the nice teacher left.
There's always the nice teacher. Right?
I'm not gonna lie, she
Oh,
was beautiful.
dude. we
She was straight up beautiful. I'm
we
not gonna lie.
caused chaos in that class. I don't think I was in your class, but like all the fucking language classes I was in,
You
sat
guys
right in the
remember Miss
back.
Pugea?
Yeah, man,
Dude,
they-
she did not know
fucking-
how to teach a class, bro.
absolute lunatics in the back of the class, like sticking pencils in the roof, throwing glue sticks at the wall and stuff.
Yeah.
Ah, chaos.
Dude,
Good
yeah.
times. Good times.
She was
Jim.
lovely, but she smelled like a sewer, dude. It was
Yeah,
horrible.
teachers-
Honking.
yeah,
She
you
looked
know?
like she was going through it, actually.
Yeah.
It's weird when you get older and you realize like, fuck,
like-
teachers actually have lives too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're probably just going through it, dude.
I remember like this one girl teacher, Miss Shearer, man. Like, I'm not gonna call his name out, but this absolute cunt in our year, like, he just made her cry almost every lesson. And it's
Damn.
like, dude, how are you still working this job?
I
if
know.
Kids are making
Yeah,
you
man.
cry.
I don't think I could ever be a teacher. This is
Yeah.
why I'm in a band.
Yeah, exactly, man. We
That's
can't
it.
we
That's
can't
what
do
it's all
9 to
about.
5s.
Exactly,
Yeah, we
man.
can't do 9 to 5s, man.
All comes back to being in the band, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
no.
really does, man.
So how often do you guys like meet up in that to jam and like make material? Do you write material together or do you do that separately and then come together and say, look, I've got this. I've
It's
got
kind
that?
of a bit of everything,
everything, yeah.
because we
We all write our own stuff.
we do we
Yeah.
like we hang out like all the time.
Yeah.
So it's like a lot of the time like we'll just be hanging out and then stuff will just kind of happen, like,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you've got a bunch of guitars over at yours, I've got a bunch of guitars over at mine,
and
and stuff
usually
like
it'll
that.
just be like one of us has a song idea of written a part for a song and he'll play it and we'll just jam with him and see what works well, and
Yeah.
then if we
Yeah.
want to bring it to the actual practice, we'll bring it to that.
Because
Yeah.
I know the other day, literally, like, Richie came over to mine just with this song we've had for a while. I wrote a part to it. We've like finished the song, and then the next day we just went in with like the guy that we do a recording with. Shout out Ryan. We just went in with him, and then like just bashed it out, like
Yeah,
just like
literally
in 2
demoed
days, the
out.
whole thing is basically done.
Yeah, no, it's sweet. Like the songwriting process is like it's strange because obviously there's some stuff that like we do all have songs that we've sat at home and written and been like, okay, this is a song I want to take it to the band and like develop it further. But there's also been stuff that we have just like had like an idea, like we're in practice and we'll just be jamming like a little riff and then that develops into a
into
song.
Yeah,
song.
You know, like there was this one thing that I had that I'd written, but I had no lyrics or anything to it. Brought it to the band, we started jamming to it, got a whole structure down, and then after that, I took it back and wrote words to it from that. So it's
Yeah.
like we've kind of like the process is like just different. It's just different for
'Cause
different songs. You know what I mean?
You never do words first, do you?
No, I always have chords first. Like I'll always have like a semi structure, some like sequence,
Like
that
a
I go,
canvas to
yeah,
paint
yeah,
on.
exactly.
I
Yeah.
prefer
I
having the
struggle
music
with that.
first, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm probably like 35% of the time, 40% of the time I'll do words first.
yeah,
I'm like, I think it makes it. Just like depends on the song. Like most of the songs that we have like released and that we jam and stuff, I probably wrote music first. But like as I'm like I think maturing with my songwriting and stuff like that, I like to think I'm like doing more words and like just doing poetry and like fitting stuff around it.
I wish
yeah.
I could do that, man. Like I find it hard just to write words just by itself. I need something like the music almost provides an emotion
See, because
behind it.
what
you
I
know?
do a lot is like I'll hear like just a phrase I like a saying or something like that. I'll write it down, and then I think like people think that you need to keep the exact words. You can like paraphrase it and like change, like stretch the syllables and stuff like that, add or take away words and stuff like that, so you can work around it.
Yeah, but like standard, like usually like just jamming wise, we usually are like 1 practice a week or 2 practices a week, and one's either like we're running a set for a gig or the other one's we're just jamming.
Yeah, just
jamming
working on
new
new
stuff.
material, yeah.
And like as he's saying, like we all hang out basically all the time. It's like there's not a day
Yeah.
goes by where I don't have like a passing with at least one of these guys, you know?
Yeah, I think I've seen you like every day for like 3 weeks, like 3 weeks.
probably. But it's like if we're not you know doing music stuff, we're just hanging out.
Yeah.
Drinking.
Yeah,
or
it's
do-
still
do
good that we
whatever,
are.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Just
all just
kicking
still good
about.
friends, you know.
Yeah,
From
exactly.
school, it just makes things.
Makes it easier.
It makes it easier. Yeah, it just means you can
Yeah.
have a good time and yet still be professional.
Because I think we can be pretty honest with each other as well.
Yeah, that's
'Cause
one thing we have been
Yeah.
doing a lot recently. Being really honest with each other, but like, we don't do it in like a
Rude way.
Rude way. Yeah, we
Yeah,
just
just like talking
explain
about
how
stuff.
we're feeling, and we're all
I mean,
pretty good
Yeah.
at understanding that.
Being in the band is the same as any other relationship.
So I take it you take like constructive criticism pretty well then. Like if
Yeah.
if someone brings something that's a bit shit, do you just say, nah, I'm not
Yeah.
feeling that, and
Yeah,
that's it,
basically.
it's
I mean,
just
like
brushed
like,
away.
that thing that he was talking about, like we talking about the song that we'd like recorded quite recently,
Mm-hmm.
just being like that we did it in the space of 3 days. He was just like, look, the first lyric of that song is not sounding good, so it's like try think of something else, just because it was just too a
Yeah.
bit like too blunt. You know what I mean? So it's just being able to be like, okay, sweet, let me rethink it. you
Yeah,
know?
or even
You know?
just like ideas of like the business side of the band as well. Like if like we like to do majority rules most of the time in the band, and we feel like that just makes it fair, you know.
yeah.
Yeah,
Democracy, you know?
democracy.
We've had our-
yeah.
problems with it and stuff.
But every family has problems.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly. It's not just band; it's relationship.
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
you're always going to have disagreements. You know.
Exactly, man. Being in the band is the same. It's like managing 4 girlfriends. You know what I mean? It's like
Yep.
all trying to
dude.
keep each other in check. You know,
Keep each other
Yeah.
happy.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
man.
At the
That's-
same
Satisfied,
time,
man.
like we all really understand where we all come from, and we know if we're saying a certain thing, we know it's coming from a sense of realism. I
Yeah,
guess.
we're
Yeah.
not just saying it for the sake of saying it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And you just want what's best for the band. Eh?
Yeah, yeah.
They're not going to say
Yeah,
it
that's
just
the
to
end of the
fucking
day,
throw you
yeah.
under the bridge or whatever.
Yeah,
They're
exactly,
saying
man.
it because they want to elevate to the next level. You know,
Yeah,
So
and
all
also
that
like
division. It's
we
all that
all
light at the
still
end of
want
the
to be
tunnel.
happy doing the band as well. So I know you're saying like it's all trying to make the band better, but we do also put our feelings first and our
yeah.
thoughts as well first.
It's like
you know?
making sure we're all still having fun being a band. Because that's why
Yeah,
we
Yeah.
do it in
because
the first
that's
place,
that's
you know
the
what I
main
mean?
difference between like a 9 to 5 and doing the band, where it's like, and I always say this, where it's like I'm fully willing to like have like just shit times, and it's like shit like
Yeah.
you're like sitting just like, remember like we sold lighters ages ago, and it's like we literally sat in the shop and just put like stickers on lighter after lighter, just
Yeah.
like boring stuff like
We
that.
made like badges as well. At one point,
Yeah.
I handmade all those badges, cut out little purple circles, put on a lever.
And it's
you
like
know what I mean?
even like
It's
today
like-
we're on a bus like 20 past 7 in the morning, but it's like
It's all for the love of it.
it's
man.
it's for the love of it, yeah,
You know?
man. And like if we're ever just fucking miserable, we'll just be like, it's rock and roll.
That's
exactly.
the thing, like that. That's the difference between yourselves and other bands that are just expecting things to get handed to them. Like you are on a
Yeah.
bus at fucking 20 past
You
7
gotta
in
put
the
in the
morning. And there's
graft.
someone still in their fucking wanking chariot at that
Yeah,
time in the
yeah,
morning.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Man,
Just-
it's
Usually me.
You gotta give. You gotta give to get. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You know, no
I-
one's exactly. No
I
one's
think
gonna hand
it's
you
cool
anything.
as well because like we're all like functioning members of society. Like we all.
Well, I am
I
unemployed.
don't know.
no, but like, dude, this is what I mean. Like, we all get up at like decent times. We're not like staying up ridiculously late and like
Not
partying
bums.
all night.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, we
That's
actually are humans. You know,
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
absolutely.
just trying to get shit done rather than just
Yeah, like we all, I mean, other than this guy over here, but like we all have 9 to 5 jobs, you know what I mean? That
Yeah.
we work
Yeah.
during the day because we're like, okay, well, if we want to do this band, we've got to have support ourselves, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
work, shitty job, but it's got to be done. Then it means we get to do the band.
the nature of the beast, eh? That's-
Exactly.
I'd rather have like
Exactly.
I'd rather have 5 years where I'm like working a fucking job I hate. I like just like pulling along with the band if it means that I can have a future in that band.
Yeah,
in the
exactly.
band,
The
yeah.
band, it's like the side hustle. you know
Yeah,
what I
because
mean?
we've all said like we don't want to be like I'm fine if I don't have 8 million in the bank as long as I can buy my mum a gaff and then like
Yeah.
I'm okay.
I think that's the dream with anything. Yeah, to buy your mum or your dad something just to say I
100%,
appreciate you.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Just give
Especially
it
if
back.
we could do that off of music, that would be like
even
the
better.
best
eh?
feeling.
Yeah, because like even like she
Yeah.
used to like drive like me and Benji to like band practice and stuff like
Yeah.
that. She's always been like well
Day one.
supportive. Yeah,
I love
dude.
how like you're giving your mom a house and my mom wants a fucking Shelby 500, dude.
Hey man, get
I'll
her
buy
that, get
her
her that
fucking
Shelby, bro. Get her
car,
Shelby.
but-
Yeah, man.
So I
Every
take it all your families are like really supportive of what you're doing then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I think like
To a point.
yeah, I know with my mom, like my mom's like a head teacher and stuff like that, but she's always been like super into art, and I think I've always really appreciated. She was actually the one that forced me to start playing guitar. I never wanted to. It's because my sister was doing Duke of Edinburgh, so she has to like learn guitar for a bit.
Right.
And my mom was like, "Oh, I'll just get it cheaper if like I buy lessons for the two of you. Like I might as well. It gives you something to do." And like I just didn't practice for like a year, and I was getting these lessons. I like the only time I would practice, I would go like half an hour every week, do this thing, and then just go home and never like touch it.
Yeah.
But I didn't have Wi-Fi for a week, so I just like sat and learned.
That's
some
the
guitar.
killer, man.
Yeah,
man.
and I started writing songs because I couldn't be arsed learning anyone else's.
Oh,
so
yeah,
like,
same. Yeah, it's like, what's
That's
the point?
smart,
in that?
actually.
Yeah.
That's the illusion of being good at something. Eh?
Yeah.
Just make your own shit up.
exactly. I'm like, all right, that's a chord, and that sounds okay. So like, that's a song.
Yeah, exactly, man. But you know, I think my family is pretty supportive. I feel like my mom is kind of just like, at least you're doing something, you know.
Yeah.
Like she could be like, cause like
Your mom's like kind of like tough love.
yeah,
Yeah, she very
100%, man. I love Jennifer, but
Yeah.
like, goddamn, man. But yeah, no, it's like always super supportive, being like, you know what you want to do in life, so it's like at least you're doing it, you know. There's a lot of people that are like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, and sit around and do fuck all. It's like I've done my years at college, I'm out of education now, I don't want to be going back to that, so it's like just focus on the band. And my dad, he's like biggest supporter every day. He
Oh,
does not
Bizzer,
shut
man.
up about the band.
Oh, he
He's
used to be in a
biggest-
band, eh? So
Well,
he
well,
probably
see-
sees himself like
Yeah, well, yeah, no, it's like you know Yeah, no, he's just biggest supporter. You know what I mean? Like he's always promoting stuff and always that. And then yeah, my uncle as well in the band. He's like always supporting. He's more busy doing his own gigs than coming to ours. But,
Yeah, man.
But yeah, no, honestly, like I mean, most of my family's kind of music orientated, so there's always been that push for it. You know what I mean? Like all my cousins and all my family members come to the gigs also because they're just fucking alcoholics. They love a drink, you know.
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
any excuse, you know what I mean?
The Ritchie clan love getting fucked
Oh,
up.
tell me about it. I think when we did our headline at Tunnels last time in Aberdeen.
Oh yeah, they bought
like,
out
oh
the
my
bar,
God,
man.
they must have like bought out the bar.
Yeah, that was like the
whole-
most sales they had ever, wasn't it?
Something like,
a
it was like
gig.
the year so far or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, no, Ritchie clan fucking loves
you
their
know it was
alcohol,
the
man.
Ritchie
It was
clan.
definitely just all of them just being like, oh, get another round.
I know,
Yeah.
man.
See, it's weird because like my family actually like fucking hated me being in a band when I first started. They really fucking hated it, and like we had arguments and shit. But like the more they saw that we were doing within the band and how I wasn't gonna be so easy to just leave it, and I don't know, they saw like we played the Beach Ballroom, which is like pretty big in Aberdeen, and I don't know. Now they kind of support it. At least I think they do. I
They,
really
they don't
know.
not support it.
Proving them wrong.
I don't know.
man.
I don't really speak to my
The,
family.
the thing is like there's always worse things you could be out there doing. Like you know,
Yeah.
like, you could be the guy out there like mugging cunts and all that, but
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
actually doing music, which I think is
Yeah.
a great way to express
It's like they
yourself.
made
Yeah.
this big
Exactly,
deal
man.
about me fucking smoking weed and like fucking broke us apart. And I'm like, bro, like I could be like one of these youths fucking causing public indecency, like shouting, screaming,
Yeah.
breaking glass bottles on the ground everywhere
Yeah,
I
man.
go, you know? It's like all I'm doing is going into the forest where no one can see me and smoking a joint.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
exactly,
like
man.
what harm am I doing?
Yeah, exactly, man.
Apart from the fucking squirrel that chills behind me every so often, you know, like
You're right though, man. It's like we could always be out doing so much worse. Like,
I
especially with a lot of
would
society
be
nowadays.
doing something much worse if I
Yeah,
was
honestly,
in a band.
yeah,
That's the
same.
thing. You could be.
Yeah.
You could potentially be.
Yeah.
It's the one thing that kind of keeps us in check. Is like, well, we can't do this because we know we need to do the band next week.
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Yeah, especially like being unemployed, like that's like the only thing like keeping me going right now. It's
Yeah.
like that sounds like depressing, but like it's literally like we were around at like some like terrarium shop the other day,
Yeah.
just like networking and stuff like that. It's like just something to go out and do and work
Yeah,
towards,
exactly,
and it's
man.
something to live for, man.
Helping out all the small businesses and stuff and being like,
Yeah,
no, that was actually a really nice conversation. We just went in. They were like, just talking about their shop and stuff, and we were speaking like someone designed the art, you know, for their little like leaflet thing. We're like, oh well, who's the artist? Because obviously in a band, you're always looking for folk to help design stuff and that, and just got this whole conversation going about being like, oh, we'd be totally down to come down and do some acoustic stuff. You know, if you guys are ever having like a workshop or anything, you know, I scratch your back, you scratch mine. You know what I mean? It always help out, and it's like.
Publicity, yeah.
Yeah, exactly, man, exactly. And also, it's just a good excuse to go out and meet folk, you know what I mean? Have a good time, you know?
This is what I love about gigs as well, is just meeting everyone in the scene of the place that you're in as well.
yeah.
Like, we've pretty much cracked Aberdeen. We've met most people in the music scene there. We've played a lot of gigs with, I'd say, most of the bands
Yeah, most
in
of the bands,
Aberdeen.
yeah, I
We
think
still
so.
need to play a gig with the Capollos. They're one of the bigger bands in Aberdeen.
Yeah, lovely
but
dudes, man.
Again, you meet so many new people and they help you out, and I know that's what it's about, rather than just making it a competition. And this is what we talked to Hitlist about. Shout out Hitlist, fucking amazing
love.
band. We play a lot of gigs with them. Soundest guys you'll meet.
Yeah.
Killing it
Yeah,
up in
no, it's
Aberdeen
like-
right now.
It's not about competition. Obviously, there's always going to be an element of friendly competition because it's like,
That's,
you're
that's good though.
yeah,
That's
you're
good.
Yeah.
all mates,
Yeah.
you know?
Breeds
exactly. It's like
creativity, man.
striving to be better, you know?
Mhm.
But like, yeah, like there's so many bands and stuff that are like, oh, we gotta be better than this one. Or it's like, oh, they played a gig with them, so it's like, well, they're the opposite of share. You know what I mean? Like, there's always that bickering, but it's like, what's the need, man? It's like peace and love. We're all here doing music. We're all trying to like. I mean, I see it at least trying to make the world a better place. Because at the end of the day, music's there to like help with emotion, spread joy. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Or like
Absolutely.
I
help
think it
people out at the
mostly
end of the
all
day.
just comes from like paranoia
yeah.
of like people
I
getting
suppose,
ahead
yeah.
of certain people in certain bands because everyone sees it as like I don't know.
A competition, you know?
Yeah, I was trying to think of another like analogy for it, but
Uh.
yeah, it's just a competition rather
But
than
it's-
like thinking about it as just like stepping stones, and
Yeah.
there are a bunch of different paths. There's not just like fame, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
you gotta
exactly,
do all
man. That's
this
the thing is
other
like,
shit and
But you're
choose
right.
what you want to do and what you don't want to do.
Yeah, but you'd like to think that if there was like one kind of band in Aberdeen that blew up who you'd like played with and that before,
Yeah.
they'd be like guys, we've got like a massive UK tour. Do you want to come and support
Exactly.
us?
That's,
Yeah.
that,
You know
that
what I mean?
is- that's what I see. Is if we ever got into a position where we, I don't know, ended up somewhere like that, but like if we ended up somewhere like that, yeah, 100%. Get one of the smaller bands down
Yeah.
from Aberdeen, be like, yo, we're doing this six show, we're playing, I don't know, Europe or something, like,
Yeah.
dreaming, but it's like, come play with us, help everyone out. What's the point in leaving folk behind? You know what I mean? It's like, we're here to prove that Aberdeen is not just the Granite City. It's not just oil. It's not, it's more than just that. There's like a fucking fantastic music scene there.
Yeah, and I think being friendly within the music scene as well, like, can really benefit you as well.
Yeah.
Because, like, say Richie was saying, like, we might go on a tour in, like, Europe, for example.
You never know.
Like, I want to go with a band that I know sound,
Yeah.
that I know we can rely on.
They'll look out for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like we look
Exactly,
out
man.
for them as well.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
good to have that bond there, and
We all got each other's backs.
we'll remember those people over like the other bands we played with.
Yeah, exactly, man.
And it just all works out.
if-
You're good in life. Fucking good things are gonna come to you, and it's same with being in a good band as well.
Yeah.
Exactly,
Good
man. It's
people
like
within the band.
no matter how much shit comes our way, because like being in the music industry, there's always shit. There's always arseholes. There's always fucking.
So a lot of
It's-
people looking out for themselves.
Yeah, exactly. But it's
Yeah.
about like if you have an experience like that, it's all right. Take it on the chin, right? That happened. What's next? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't focus on it.
You don't
dwell
need
on the
to
negatives,
Yeah.
pinpoint your fucking thoughts on that one particular person.
I think
or act.
I think we're quite good at just being like, okay, what can we learn from this?
Yeah.
How can we make sure it never happens again? Because like even like the limited amount of time that we've been in the industry and stuff like that, like you're saying, it's like
Yeah.
we've already run into some right pricks.
It's like we
Some-
have
some
had like a
laws.
problem. We were doing like this thing called Hit the Road Tours, and I'm not gonna say his name. I don't really see the
No,
point.
yeah,
But this guy did just keep running into our sound check time. He kept running over his actual set time, so we had
Yeah.
less time to play when we got on. And
And
oh
it's just
man,
like-
he did it
Bullshit.
every single time.
Yeah, and it's
man,
just like-
every
Fucking
time.
bullshit.
having a bit of like consideration for other folk. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
And it's like you with that mentality, staying on that stage, not thinking about
Yeah.
the other people that are there to perform. That's not gonna get you
Yeah,
anywhere.
and it's like,
Pretty scummy.
yeah, and
Yeah.
it's like I get the feeling of being like, oh, I want to make sure I sound right, and I want to make sure I put on a good show.
But you
That's
shouldn't
fair enough.
sabotage anyone.
Yeah,
else.
exactly.
It's a
Yeah.
give it's
You
a give and
gotta-
take.
Yeah, exactly. It's like do it within your own time slot, Or once your time slot's ended, be considerate of the other folk that need to come on.
But that's the
See,
thing.
and
That,
the-
that person will always be. You'll always remember them though.
Yeah.
So later on down the line, if you get offered a UK tour,
It's
who do you
funny.
guys want to take on tour with you? Not that cunt.
Yeah.
It's funny,
You know
because,
what I
like,
mean, so he's fucked
Exactly.
it. He's
Yeah,
fucked it.
yeah.
Later
exactly,
on down
man.
the line, we actually met him again at the festival. We played Belladrum.
Oh
And
yeah.
he did the same thing, dude.
Yeah.
We had to get someone to go up on stage for us and be like, yo, man, like,
Have you spoke to other bands to see if that's just what he's like in general, or is it
Actually,
just,
nah.
like targeted towards you for some
because
reason?
this guy was more like,
Yeah, maybe.
he
Yeah.
was just like a single act. He just had a band with him.
Yeah.
Right.
And I don't know, it didn't really seem like he had interacted with a lot of bands before. Very different vibes, Very different
Yeah.
vibes.
But not to dwell on the negatives, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's like, but you're always going to encounter stuff like that in the music industry. Again, it's for us, it's like not being bitter about it. Just
Yeah.
being like, okay, you're a knob, but that's not going to make us dicks. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I think
It's like
it's-
we're still going to be nice guys, try at least, I'm sure we maybe, yeah, everyone comes across differently to other people, but we always try our best to be like nice people, always say our please and thank yous, especially to sound guys and stuff
Yeah.
and
Yep.
I
promoters.
feel like
Absolutely.
as a
You know what I
band, we're
mean?
not very cocky either. You know what I
No.
mean? If we do play a
Try
good
not to
show,
be,
like,
no.
okay, we're cocky amongst ourselves, be like, yeah, we just played a really good fucking gig. But like,
yeah, but what band
that's
is it?
between us,
Yeah,
we won't like
exactly.
go out our way to be like, oh, we played this gig.
Yeah.
Like, you should know who we are, etc. We're fucking important. We're not going around
It's like,
saying
no,
shit like
man,
that.
Just
Exactly.
humble.
Yeah,
there's
humble.
there's no
Yeah.
point in trying to be like, oh, I'm this, I'm that. It's like that comes across in the music. That's for the people to decide, not for you to decide. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You know.
Because that's like even like in the lobby downstairs, it's like fuck, man, we don't belong
yeah,
here, man.
we're
It's
like
too
coming
nice.
here, we're like, this place looks so professional. We're like,
I know,
what are we
dude.
doing here? You know.
I know,
Anyone's
like,
welcome here. Absolutely, anyone's
Sweet.
welcome
Yeah,
here.
it's an
and we
amazing
could
set,
see
man.
that, fucking
yeah,
everyone.
honestly, man.
Everyone was really nice when we were in there asking if we were okay as well.
Literally, man, and thank you for having us on. Honestly, it's a pleasure to be here. Like coming down from Aberdeen, getting to do stuff like this. It's amazing that being in a band has got
It's
us
all good.
to be able to do stuff like this.
It's all
You know
good.
what I
Yeah,
mean?
man, it's a pleasure, man.
So what's the influences that you guys have?
We all
This
have
is
our
the
own.
hardest
That's a
question.
big
We have
question,
influences
yeah.
as a band, but
We-
also we have our own kind of
Yeah.
individual.
we can go
influences as
around,
well.
Richie, if you want to start. If you want to just
Yeah,
rattle
I can
off.
try. I can try. I don't know. It goes in like waves. Like for a while, like when I was like younger, like was a massive hip hop head. Loved a lot of, like rap, like stuff like the Far Side and that, and like Tyler the Creator, like spanning from like 90s to like modern times and
Yeah,
stuff
that's
like
my
that.
shit as well.
Just like a huge range. But like now, it's like, I mean, my whole thing with music is like, I try and not listen to the same stuff over and over. I'm always trying to find new music to listen to and just different stuff. And like at the moment, like most recently, most of the music I've been listening to is a lot of like bossa nova stuff, like
Right.
Brazilian bossa nova. And like it comes across and with like a lot of the chords in the songs that I've been writing and just like certain like
Structure.
yeah, melodic structures and stuff like that. And like, yeah, it's just like there's this guy called Juan Donato. His music is fantastic. I have no idea what he's saying half the time because it's a different language, but it's so upbeat and happy. Listening to that listen to that in the morning on the way to work. I'm like, it's gonna be a good day. you
Yeah,
know?
man.
So it's stuff like that, and then like really been listening to a lot of like Elliott Smith recently as well. His guitar playing is beautiful, so it's like taking a lot of that like inspiration from that side of stuff, or at least trying to. At least it's like I may not directly take certain stuff, but I know it's all coming in. You know, it gets processed and fed out through a different way in whatever I'm writing. You know, whatever I try and write. You know. But like, yeah, honestly, like my Spotify is like, I don't use like playlists or anything. I've got like up towards like 3,000 songs of my liked songs. And it's all just like, always try to find new stuff to listen to.
Yeah.
Never try and like stick to the same stuff, you know? But like, I'll let you guys talk about it. That's like, I mean, I know I didn't really say a lot there about my influences.
Yeah.
I do try and kind of, I don't want to keep them secret, you know,
Gatekeeping,
don't want to
bro,
gatekeep
gatekeeping.
them. But it's like,
Dude,
especially
you're the
for,
biggest gatekeeper, man.
100%. But especially for a lot of the music that we write as a band, it's like there is definitely influences there from like a lot of the bigger bands out there. Like you can definitely hear like certain big bands in our music, but it's like we don't want to outrightly say what it is because we kind of want to let our music speak for itself.
I
Almost.
got one of them when
Yeah.
listening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. 100%. Yeah.
There was one song I listened to and I was like, that's territorial pissings.
Yeah.
218.
Yeah.
That is literally territorial
Oh
pissing.
no one's ever caught that before, dude.
Yeah, only we have known that. Only we have known that.
No, it's a good song, but when I was listening to it, I was like,
Dun,
I've heard this
dun,
before.
dun.
I was like,
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
yeah. I was like, I fucking knew I heard this. Not that it's a complete rip-off, because like he was saying,
It's
he's
taking it.
listened to hip-hop, and you hear in hip-hop, they sample music that they love, so it's just showing
Exactly.
appreciation. That's all.
Exactly.
Reworking it, finding
Yeah,
a
yeah.
different
Man,
way
I
to
love
present
that.
it, you know what I mean?
No one has ever called me
Yeah,
out. No one's ever caught that before, dude.
But no, like I mean, you can definitely hear as well with like one of our songs this guy wrote, "Don't Bring It Down." One that we released.
That was me when I was 15 on my bedroom floor, and I was trying to write an Oasis song,
And you can
and that's
hear that
that's
in the
what
song,
came out.
You know what I
man.
mean? You can hear it, you know. But yeah,
Yeah.
no, definitely with like, we want to talk about the influences and stuff. Don't want to be like, oh, we have no influences at all. But it's like trying to let the music speak for itself, and like especially you clocking on to something like that. It gives more moments for that. People are like, oh, it sounds like this,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
instead of us just telling you it sounds like that.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
figure out on
Yeah,
your own.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? But yeah, for you guys, influence. Sorry, I kind of went on a ramble there. You know.
Again, like I'm kind of just a guy. I'll really listen to anything if I'm being completely honest. When I was younger, I was really into like grunge and heavier kind of music because it's what my parents were into, and obviously, that kind of reflects back in your own music taste. But nowadays, I'm into more like chill, psychedelic kind of music. Have you ever heard of Mac DeMarco?
No.
Fantastic.
Honestly, like from what you've told me, you like. I don't think you like very much. But
Oh, man.
if you ever do mushrooms sometime, Mac, I tell
You'll
you,
love
man,
it, you'll
go
love
fucking
it.
listen to Mac DeMarco.
It's beautiful.
And yeah, like honestly, I just kind of prefer like writing my own kind of jazzy music. Like it's weird, like and ironic because I'll listen to all this like heavier stuff and like grunge and like Seether, Nirvana, Soundgarden, etc. And then I'll just write this like peaceful fucking simple thing. And it's like so different, and I don't know, I just find it weird. Like you'd expect me to write something similar, but it's completely
No,
opposite.
like what we
you
were
know?
talking about earlier were like sort of like heavy metal bands, thrash metal
Yeah,
bands, and
yeah.
you find out that you think they'd probably all listen to the same music, but it turns out they're like right into classical.
Yeah,
music
it's
Yeah.
like
and shit like that.
it's
just
like
because
Kurt
of
Cobain
how-
also loved Elliott Smith as well.
Yeah.
you
Right,
know?
right.
And fucking I just love all music, man. Like unless it's like genuinely bad. Like
Unless, I like music unless it's bad.
This is the thing, though. Can it really be bad?
Can
'Cause
music
all
really be bad? That's
I
a good
will- I
question.
will stick with this. All music's subjective, so there's no such thing as bad.
True.
That's why I hate fucking. We were talking with my mates not long ago, and it was
Uh-huh.
like guilty pleasures. I was like, guilty pleasures. There's no such thing as a guilty pleasure. It's either you
exactly.
like it, you don't like
Exactly,
it.
man.
Like, and they were like, if you had to choose, what would be your guilty pleasure? I was like, Britney Spears. But I was like, I'm not going to feel like.
not- yeah.
I'm not saying I'm
Enjoy
guilty
it.
for listening to it.
Exactly,
I fucking
man.
enjoy lilistening to
Yeah,
it.
Exactly.
She
man.
makes good tunes. Like
Exactly.
she's fucking.
She
She's a pop
does,
star.
she
You know what I mean?
does.
Exactly, man. There's
So
no
I'm
such
not.
thing.
I'm not going to make you feel guilty to listen to something that I like.
Yeah. I have the same
Exactly.
thing with Spice Girls, man.
I've seen them live. But I
Oh,
only went
fucking-
for Baby Spice. Baby Spice. Emma
Yeah.
Bunton. Oh my god, she's
I'm a
still fucking.
posh
you guys are
Spice,
saying
man,
all these
posh
pop
Spice.
stars. My guilty pleasure is fucking Limp Bizkit, bro.
Yeah.
I've
No,
seen them
This
Remember
before.
fucking
those
new metal
days?
band.
Have you
seen Limp
them before?
Bizkit,
Oh,
man?
I love
No
Limp
way.
Bizkit.
Damn, did he wear
Was
the
it-
hat, dude?
No, he was
Oh,
he was
man.
doing the like the actual Limp Bizkit thing where he was like like a wannabe fucking gangster. But I'm seeing them next year at Download Festival, and he'll come out with his granddad outfit and shit like that. So I'm looking
Nice.
forward to that.
LMIP.
Oh mate, that fucking chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored water
Bro,
is
it's
like
so
one of the
funny,
greatest
bro.
albums ever.
It's just
It's fucking unreal.
I'll just start rolling where he just yells chocolate starfish. It's just so cringy, bro. It's so cringy. I love it, man.
Mate, if you ever see them live, that goes off. Like, see, as soon as they come on
Woodstock
stage.
'98.
Oh man,
Not
it's just,
99.
Was it '99?
yeah, Woodstock
Yeah.
99. We had
Ruined
corn
it.
on there as well.
Ruined it.
Corn
man.
as well.
Oh, dude.
It's okay.
That festival, like, you seen the documentary?
Yeah,
That
yeah,
shit's
yeah.
insane.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, didn't they actually like properly break a lot of stuff?
Oh
Like
yeah,
the
the
crowd
crowd
and
got
everything,
fucked
yeah.
That
up.
one
yeah.
song?
Yeah.
Yeah, they fucked the whole place up.
Break
They,
stuff.
they just vandalized the whole place because
Yeah, man,
they
it's wild.
they just got the piss taken out of them. The fans
Yeah.
just got
Oh
absolutely.
yeah,
piss
like
taken
you
out
seen
of
the
them.
stuff with like all like the water situation and like toilets and stuff. Like there was something about like
Yeah.
there was like some of the sewage was like leaking into the water. That
Yeah, did
through
you
the
ever
water.
see
It's
the
fucked.
like at festivals like where it's pissing down rain and like folk are sliding in the mud and all
Yeah.
that? They were doing that at that festival, but in the toilets, not realizing it was like fucking shit and
yeah.
piss, and they were
Oh,
fucking
bro.
sliding.
Right. No, did you ever hear about the dude? I had no idea if this is true, but like it was a dude like he had like a poop fetish or something. So he went to like a festival and he goes and like he like sets it up. So he goes like there's like the porta potties. He like goes underneath it. So like it's just his
no
face.
way.
So it's just like that's foul.
Onto his head,
foul.
man. That's like there's a cunt in New York. It's like a New York City thing, and it's like he's still doing it now. He's been like arrested 5 times.
God.
It's this cunt that he just rolls himself up in a rug, and then he'll put himself horizontally across like the fucking pavement. So then cunts will just step on him all day, and he like gets off on it, and he's
what
been
the
like
fuck?
arrested 5 times. So people are always just videoing this cunt like just rolled up in it.
You know, whenever anyone tells me shit like that, I'm not surprised, and I do quite believe that.
Yeah, no, it's wild, man.
There's freaks out there.
Yeah,
It's
sorry,
so
I
weird
had
people
to
out there.
mention
I was
that.
thinking like, what the fuck did this just turn into?
I was actually.
I came here to talk about
tangent, you know,
music, bro,
fucking-
not fucking fetishes, man. Yeah, I got him laughing.
That's like, yeah, what is it? You know, you ever hear about? I remember you telling me this. You know, Chuck Berry.
Oh,
You know, he has a poop fetish. He had a fucking shit fetish.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was
no,
like arrested for like
hardcore,
filming
hardcore.
girls shit. on the
Well, no,
floor.
it was
so fucked.
because
It's so weird.
it was. I wasn't sure if it was because he bought or if he was trying to buy. It was like CCTV of women's toilets. So it would be like, I think part of the thing was they didn't know they were being filmed. Like that's part of like what like did it for
Yeah.
him. But like, he was like old as fuck when that was all going down. Imagine like just having a bunch of money and you're retired and it's like, yeah, I'll look at some poop. Like
Hey, man, the money
no,
drives
man.
you crazy. Man.
it's- I
poop
suppose
crazy.
Drives people to do wild things.
I hope you guys don't go down that road.
I fucking hope so,
no.
man.
They
I
use
fucking
make
hope
it
not.
too late
already,
I
man.
hope not.
Honestly, dude, I don't even like it when these guys fucking talk about it. Like,
Just walks off set, bro. Like,
It's
nah,
just,
I'm
"Ah,
done,
yeah,
I'm done."
Oh, no, man.
So
It's just fun, man.
you were talking about before we started about your
Pooping
recreational use of marijuana and
Oh yeah.
you know drugs and shit.
Yo, I'm gonna ask you a question, right?
Go for it.
I'm gonna be the.
I'm the interviewing now.
Is this what in a podcast? Is it still an interview, or is that what it's
No,
called?
we're just chilling out. We're just chatting.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm gonna be that chill guy, right?
Chill guy.
Right? Do we all look like we smoke weed?
100%.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
Well, you already told me before.
yeah, there's that as well. There's that as well.
It's true.
Hey, you thought I was interrogating you downstairs.
Yeah,
when I
dude,
said
it's like
wanna
you
go
came
for a
down, he was
pop?
like, "What'd you smoke?" It's like, "Fuck, dude, he's on to us, man."
But no,
Fuck.
I definitely see it's we're you know, obviously yeah we do partake, but we're not like
We do.
look man, because it's like this is the first time we kind of like talked about this. You know,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
especially being
dude.
like in the band and stuff. We're not.
Sorry, Mum.
Like not pushing it. You know, if people smoke, they smoke. But I'm definitely someone who push for it should be legalized. I know it's legalized medically over here, but like
Yeah.
I just feel like I mean, like, looking at what other countries and stuff we could do, it should be legalized over here.
Yeah,
you know?
it just seems
Obviously-
like a problem
Yeah.
that a lot of people don't realize how much effort goes into this one problem and how
Yeah.
much paperwork and shit it requires.
it's
And it's
like-
like, dude's just had like a gram in his pocket.
Yeah,
you know what
exactly. And it's also like, I mean, so my dad's disabled. He's was in a motorbike accident, lost his leg. He's been through a bunch of shit, and he smokes because he deals with the pain, right, you know. And that is one thing. Is like, why should someone be arrested because you know they want to alleviate
Yeah.
their pain?
Yeah.
You know, instead of being like, yeah, don't get me wrong. Everyone's like, oh, but you know, you get medication from the NHS and stuff like that. It's like that's still drugs.
And like
That's
all I'm
still
gonna
drugs.
say as
What's
well
the
is like
difference?
no police officer is gonna go to your dad's door and be like, "Oh, you've got one leg and you're smoking weed. You're a fucking criminal."
Yeah,
like
exactly.
no
It's
one is
dumb.
gonna go and say
And
that.
like looking at the amount of countries where it's legalized and everything's like okay, it's like, well, why don't we just do that here?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying is like wait until you're of age, you know, to try it, and it's the same. with
Yeah,
drinking.
I
Wait
will
until you're of
recommend
age.
do not smoke when you're young.
No, it's
Like,
not. It's not a
just-
good idea.
Oh no, just wait till you're fully developed. I'd
Yeah,
say.
Yeah, I was going to say your brain's not all
Yeah,
there yet, is
exactly,
it?
exactly. But it's also like there's nothing wrong. It's the same as having a beer. You know what I mean?
Thing
the
is,
same
it's
as having a
strange
beer.
being in a band and smoking weed, like especially like us, because
Yeah.
excuse me, especially in Aberdeen, like obviously we look like we smoke, and everyone probably knows that we smoke, but. Again, it is weird when we do come around to actually talking about it, and
What I'm
like
saying
the
is
cat
we're
is
not-
actually out the bag, you know.
We're
It's
not
like-
going to be people being like, oh yeah, we smoke this, we smoke. It's
Yeah.
like, it's just something we do.
and like we don't
That's
do it
There's no-
disrespectfully.
there's no
like
point.
we don't walk
Yeah.
down the street like smoking a fat fucking blunt every single day, every opportunity we get. You know what I mean? It's just like
Yeah, don't ever.
it's
do
like the
that,
way
'cause
Richie
it's
No,
mega.
yeah.
Richie
Yeah.
described it in the best way. Like when he was talking to his mom, like his mom or mums would come home and have like a glass of wine after work
Yeah,
or something.
exactly,
Like
yeah,
we
exactly.
smoke a joint.
That's what I used to say when I used to smoke
Yeah.
years ago. I said,
Just
what's
the
the
same thing.
difference between
Exactly.
cracking a beer when you finish work and smoking
And
a
it's
fucking
like,
doobie?
bro, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. I'd rather smoke a bunch of weed, go out in public, than drink a bunch and go out in public.
You're more
'Cause
likely to
I'm
make a cunt of
making
yourself.
a
Yeah.
fool
Yeah.
of myself if I'm
Yeah.
drunk in public.
Yeah,
Exactly.
the worst thing that happen if I smoke too much and go out of public, I'll just be like, oh man, all these.
Yeah, I'll be nervous. Like,
I'll
I'll cross
just
the
like
street
I'll
if
be
someone's
like
walking towards
too
me.
quiet. Like
yeah, exactly. But no, it's definitely something that it's like we're not trying to push anything like that. But it's just something we do. We're people at the end of the day. We have our own lives. It's not something that we're always going to be open talking about. We get asked about it. We'll be honest, but we're not out here being like, you need to smoke. You need
Yeah.
to it's the same
Yeah.
as anything else. You don't need to have a drink. you
Yeah,
don't
like
need to
we would
fucking
never
live
pressure
your own
anyone.
life. Yeah, exactly. Live your
into
own life, man.
smoking.
Everyone has their own choices. We're just promoters of peace and love. If what you do what you want to do in life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And don't let anyone give you shit for doing what you want.
And
to
it's
do,
like
you
if
know?
you don't like the fact that we smoke weed,
Go
then
on.
like you're allowed to feel that way,
Yeah.
but just don't impact your negative thoughts onto us. You know?
Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. You know. But yeah, and I feel like that's kind of the thoughts on it.
big
you
up
know?
legalization. How long do you think it'll be until like recreationally, like you know, like how it is in California? Like maybe not like the
Yeah.
exact way in
See,
California.
I was thinking 2005, but then COVID broke
2005.
out. No, 2025. Sorry.
Okay.
Fuck, man.
It's okay. It's okay.
I've had like half attendance.
Fuck, man, I'm losing
Nah,
focus.
I was thinking 2025, but then COVID broke out, and I think that definitely pushed
Yeah.
back a lot of campaigns to
Yeah.
legalize weed in a lot of places. But you know, in Thailand, actually, me and my boss were talking about it. He used to smoke a lot of weed back in the day, and I'm not gonna say his name.
It's all
But
recreational
basically,
now.
in Thailand, they're thinking of making it illegal again because so many young people are just like smoking weed and doing nothing with
Well,
their
that's
lives.
the
Well,
thing.
it's weird because that was the opposite thing of what happened in Amsterdam.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
like California as well. It's like in California, crime rates went down. People were just more civilized within the country as well. Got along.
Yeah. Well,
And
like
then-
the thing like as well where it's like it made like zero impact on like road accidents and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like no one's getting in car crashes.
Well, I mean, they
and
did that experiment where this guy was to drive around a track, and every single lap he did, he would smoke another joint.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I
I've
think
seen
he
this.
couldn't drive around that track after like I want to say like 10 joints, man.
Uh-huh.
And like if you're putting like I don't know, like 0.5, 0.75 in a joint each time, like that's a lot to deal with.
Well, I always
And no one's smoking that much and like driving a car. You know?
I always see it like this. It's like, people in life can't take their medication in the morning. If you've got, I don't know, diabetes, or if you've got chronic pain, you take your tablets in the morning, you get in the car and you go to work.
Mhm.
What if someone had to smoke or take THC for their medication?
Yeah.
Mhm.
You're going to stop them from going to work?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No. I
It
get
all
you.
depends. Everyone's different. Everyone's got like, you can tell whether you can drive or whether you cannot, but it's all the same. It's like, it's medication at the end of the day. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And it's prioritized a lot more, but like before, they'd prioritize a lot of drug drivers rather than drink drivers, which I don't
Drink driving
really
is,
agree
like,
with.
the
I
worst
do
thing you
understand
can
like
do.
powders and stuff like that. Like that's a completely different bucket of fish, but you should be prioritizing the drink drivers, man. Because like I live in Afford, right, and like the amount of farmers that
That's
just
like- it's
go
like
to the
way
pub
out in the
after
country.
work and just drive home, and it's like,
Why are they doing that?
why are you doing that? And they'll be like, oh, I've been doing it for years, but it's like that still doesn't account for the fact that
Yeah.
you cannot
You know,
see straight,
that-
you
that
cannot walk
actually-
straight, you cannot drive a car
Yeah.
straight.
I heard a thing about that where it's like a lot of the time accidents happen, even like regardless of drunk driving. Obviously, like more so, especially if you are drinking, but like accidents happen more so on roads that you think that you're really, really like knowledgeable on. So if you're like driving home in the dark
'Cause you,
and
like,
it's like
zone out,
because you get
people-
too
yeah.
comfortable
Yeah,
and it's like
yeah, yeah.
especially like you're saying about those farmers are just getting drunk and then they're going,
Yeah.
oh, so I've been doing this for like 20 years. Where it's
Yeah,
like
it's like-
Yeah,
you're so
they're
comfortable
thinking
on
like,
that
oh, it's the
road.
end of the night, no one's gonna be out,
Exactly.
and then like
But it's
something's
just,
gonna
like,
go down.
As a rule of thumb on it, and it's like if you're on anything, just don't get in the car, man. Just
Yeah,
get a taxi.
Yeah,
Uber,
dude.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's so
Just don't be
weird how
dumb.
like people get that chemical released in their brain after drinking alcohol or like taking a drug, and they're just like,
man his keys.
Yeah.
fuck,
Yeah.
I want to fucking drive.
Yeah, it's like,
You know, you
I
couldn't
wanna
think
go
of
race
anything
around
worse,
Aberdeen.
eh?
it's like how
Yeah,
can I make
ex-
drinking more fun? Get the key. No.
Get this man his
It's like-
keys.
It's like, nah,
Yeah, it's
man,
like you're
so
bored,
dumb.
you're fucking 10 pints in.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
You
Let me
feel that jingle in
Let
your
me
pocket.
take
you know?
we'll take that all back, bro. Sunday are pro booze cruising, man. No, we're not.
I will stand up for this guy. He's never booze cruised in his entire life, and I'm proud of him for it.
Man. I don't- the one guy in the band that drives.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And we need him to
Taxi-
keep.
yeah,
we need him to
taxi
keep his
service,
license,
taxi
bro.
service,
I
yeah.
fake taxi, man.
Yo, have you ever smoked weed,
Who, me?
Yeah, you were
Yeah.
saying.
Oh, when I was younger. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, big time.
Backy?
Backy?
Like with it.
With Backy?
Oh, yeah, with Backy, without Backy, fucking cross
On
jaw,
top of
Backy.
In an apple, fucking.
In
In a squash, we fucking made a bong out of a squash one time.
What, like the fruit? Is that fruit?
Yeah,
Or is that
squash.
It's not a vegetable.
butternut squash.
Yeah.
No, that's a fruit. It's got seeds in it, does it not?
I don't know, man. I don't do
I couldn't
biology.
tell you, man. I didn't eat it.
I've
Nah,
seen
we
people
just-
do some crazy shit making bongs out of fucking
man,
watermelons
yeah.
and all kinds of shit.
Yeah, that's
Honestly,
me, man.
it's different, man.
You see the
I'm-
whole thing? Oh, sorry.
Because I was at a party once, and I was like, "Oh, can I have some tools?" Because I bought this butternut squash because he lived right next to Asda, and he came back and he had like it was like a whole toolbox. So I sat there for like 30 minutes, like creating this contraption, like out of this
I
fucking
remember the
butternut.
funniest part was when you blew into it and all the insides just fucking flew out the squash, man.
Yeah, man. It's good,
Dude,
man.
honestly, that hits so good, man.
Yeah.
Fuck, look at us, man. We sound
Would
like
it be
addicts
horrible?
right now.
Talking about this. You see the whole thing about Snoop Dogg stopping smoking weed.
That was to sell his.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
the
yeah.
smokeless
The-
furnace,
the
yeah.
smokeless furnace. Yeah.
The fact that it was like plastered, everyone's like, "Oh, Snoop Dogg stopping smoking." It's like he's not.
Nah,
He's
there's
not.
no way. There's no
Promotion.
I'm
He's
not
a
gonna lie, he
genius. He knows
still
what he's
looked
doing.
fried as fuck in the post where he was like, I'm
Yeah.
not smoking weed.
Day one.
Way. All right, so obviously before we wrap it up, have you guys got anything else coming up that you want to promote?
We're just doing some recording right now, getting
Yeah, new music. We just recently released a new song, 218. It's out there on all the streaming platforms,
Yeah.
Spotify, Apple
Yep.
Music, and all that jazz.
It doesn't rip off Nirvana in any way at all, man.
You can either like catch it through our Instagram page, like we've got all our like links and stuff in our bio. We can plug the Instagram, which is just the Sunday with a bunch of underscores. If you look up the Sunday, 3 words,
it
you
will
most
just come
likely
up.
find
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Yeah, we're working on an EP that we're hoping to get out starting next year. And then we've got some more recordings and stuff to come out after that.
Yeah,
Always
some big
playing
plans.
shows, always booking more stuff. Like our next show, I believe we have booked. I'm not sure how much I can say, but we're playing a show in Tunnels in February. February 15th.
In Aberdeen, aye.
So that'll be good. But yeah, no, you can really just catch us about anywhere. We're always doing bits like this, you know.
Yeah.
We've been doing a bunch of interviews, radio play, trying to promote the single as much as possible because
Right.
it's like this is the single for the EP, so this single will be on the EP as well. But like, it's definitely from the stuff we've released before. It's the next step up, you know. And then same for the music that's coming after that. It's like
Yeah.
always evolving, you know.
And our
always
music's
just-
on it's like all streaming platforms as well. You know, the average Spotify, fucking
Yeah.
Apple,
Deezer,
Deezer,
Apple Music. You know,
Amazon.
just the whole shebang.
Yeah,
You'll
you
find
can
us
So
on
just
all.
go onto your Instagram and
Yeah.
there'll be a link tree or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
link tree
yeah,
in the
right.
bio.
Th-
This
in our
guy
bio.
has got the link tree so fucking nice, bro.
Yeah, it's
Sometimes
so
I just sit and
organized,
look at
man.
it.
It's
It's like,
like-
oh yeah.
You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. What other social media platforms are there? We're on most of them.
Facebook,
Facebook,
Instagram.
yeah, we're on
I've said
Twitter.
those ones. That's
Yeah,
Twitter's not much, but we're on Twitter.
We're also on Facebook and Instagram.
But yeah, no, 218's out there. Stream the song, and you know, it would help us out if you could stream the song.
Yeah, and if you
You
if
know.
you listen to it and you don't like it that much, like it's okay, man.
We got other songs that don't.
It's
sound
okay-
like that
it's okay
much.
to be-
Check out the other ones, you know. But no, I
Absolutely.
honestly, yeah, new music basically. That's what's coming. And if you want to hear what the songs sound like live, catch us down at the show because we're much better live band than we are recorded. I think. Well, I mean, the recordings
As,
are good.
as of right now.
yeah, as
Yes,
of right
we
now,
are
the
much
recordings
better
are getting
live band.
better and better. But the live performance is where it's at.
And also, like, you know us now. Come say hi to us if you ever come
Yeah,
to a
if you-
gig. We're friendly people, man.
Exactly. Any see any of these faces up on the street, feel free to come and say hi.
We've got merch as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, exactly. Through fathhippierecords.com, you can buy our t-shirts and stuff on there. Hopefully soon to buy physical products as well, like releases and stuff on there. So yeah, just check
Yeah,
that out.
we'll get
We've got
round
Fat
to
Hippie
that, yeah.
Records.
Yeah, of course, man.
So most importantly, have you enjoyed yourself on here?
Yeah, very
100%.
much, man.
We
Thank
got
you so
on,
much.
We've been offered pints and stuff. I can't complain.
Yeah,
man.
dude.
Yeah, I know,
Definitely
man.
be here. back.
Service
It's
has
lovely
been
to meet all you
11 out of
guys,
10.
You know?
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
I was saying when we were having our piss, we'd love to come back on, like especially like some point in the future.
Yeah,
and
it
stuff
must
like
have been
that.
Anything you guys ever have us back,
Great
we'll
moment.
happily come.
When
down.
you have the EP and stuff coming out and gigs, come down and chat again.
yeah,
I'd
100%.
love
Yeah,
that,
man.
man.
Right,
Love
anything.
that, man. It'd be
Yeah, we're down to
amazing.
organize something else. It's
Well,
just
hope-
nice to be
yeah.
in like obviously this interview is a lot more free
Like-minded
flowing. We
people,
can talk
you
about
know?
what
Yeah.
we want, but it's like still in a very professional environment. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And
It's nice to be on with like-minded people. You know.
yeah, yeah.
Thanks for having
Must
us,
be-
man.
Yeah, honestly,
It's all
yeah,
good.
man.
Anytime.
Next time we're down in Glasgow for a gig or something, we'll give you a shout, get you on the guest list. And
Yeah, we'll get you on another guest list, dude.
yeah, 100%, 100%.
These are brilliant. So you're happy with that then?
Yeah,
Honestly, yeah, man, it's been
100%.
fantastic.
Much love.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Cool. Right. Well, thanks for watching another episode of Ear Candy.
Ear
on
Candy.
The Sunday. I hope you've enjoyed and catch us in the next episode. See you later.
Much love.
Thank you very much.